Okay, so good morning. So we will discuss about colligative property. So technically, I will be discussing yung nasa learning activity sheets nyo, no? So this is yung nasa learning activity sheets nyo, page 169 to page 205. Okay? So, what are colligative properties? No? So, pag sinabing colligative property, it's basically what would happen to the physical property of that substance, pero it would depend on the amount of the solute. Okay? Regardless of the nature of the solute. Now, yung point na pag nagdagdag ka ng something doon sa solute, tataas yung boiling point niya o bababa ang freezing point niya. Now, there are two types. Depende yan pag electrolyte or non-electrolyte. Pag sinabing electrolyte, these are ionic bonds, no? And they are conductive. Tapos pag non-electrolyte naman, they are covalent bonds. Okay. So, for electrolyte, ito yung summary dun sa learning activity sheets nyo. Mataas ang effect niya pagdating sa increase in boiling point or decrease in freezing point. Whereas for non-electrolyte, they have low effect. Okay? For the boiling point and the freezing point. Okay? So boiling point and the freezing point. Okay, so we have what we call Dalton's law of partial pressure. So, pag sinabing partial pressure, ano yung mangyayari doon sa substance pag nagdagdag ka, no? So, first, this is the pressure of the first substance. Pasensya na kayo sa manok. And this is the pressure of the second substance. Ito, yung x of A na to, this is what you call mole fraction. Okay? So, this is the mole fraction. Now, next, we have what we call osmotic pressure of a solution is the pressure required to stop osmosis. So, what is this one? Itong pi na to, galing lang siya sa PV is equal to nRT, which is the gas law. No? P is equal to N over V RT. Itong N over V na to, ito yon. No? This is the molality. Tapos yung R naman is a constant which is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin mole. Okay? So, ano yung difference ng equation na to at equation na to? So, itong equation na to, may value lang na I. So, this is an equation for electrolyte solution and this is the equation for non-electrolyte solution. Okay? So, yun lang ang difference niya. Okay. So, ano pa yung difference niya? For electrolyte kasi, ito yan. For electrolyte, yung Van Hoff factor niya na I depends on the dissociation, no? So, for example, for NaCl, it would dissociate to NaNCl. So, ibig sabihin, dalawa yung magiging mangyayari sa NaCl, mag-breakdown siya into 2 so that the Van Hoff factor is equal to 2. Whereas for covalent bonds, okay, such as sugar, the value of I is equal to 1. Yan. Kaya, for non-electrolyte solutions, for non-electrolyte, usually the value of I is equal to 1. Okay? So, ito yon. Mapapansin nyo yung mga equations na to, they are similar. Parehas lang siya. Ang difference niya, ito, may I value. Ito, yung I niya is equal to 1. Yun lang. Yung Van Hoff factor niya is equal to 1. Ito, depende. No? For NaCl, dalawa. 2 yung value niya. Of 0.2 molar salt, so it becomes I MRT lang. So, yung I natin, since it's sodium chloride, is 2. Molarity is 0.2 moles per liter of solution. Times you have a constant which is 0.821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin mole. So, yan. So, then, itong 25 degrees Celsius, you have to convert it to Kelvin. So, this becomes 298 Kelvin. So, makakancel to, makakancel to, makakancel to, and you are left with atmosphere. So, you get 2 times 4.89 atmosphere So, the osmotic pressure becomes 9.78 atmosphere. So, that is the value of the osmotic pressure for a salt solution, no? So, yan, for a salt solution. So, for example, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Alam natin yan. 100 degrees siya pag pure water. Ngayon, ang tanong is, ano ang magiging boiling point niya pag nagdagdag ka ng sugar? Yun ang tanong doon. No? So, yan lang yung solution. Since non-electrolyte ang glucose, so yan lang yung solution niya. So, you will get, take note that for every solution, the constant is 0.52 degrees Celsius per molality. Thus, what is the molality? The molality is we have 0.73 moles of glucose. Tama ba? Pero hindi natin alam yung grams. Ang given is the volume. But take note, the density of water is equal to 1 gram per ml. Okay, that is the density of water for water only. So, we could conclude that for every ml, you have 1 gram. Okay? So, yung 650 ml, magiging 0.650 kilograms. So, kinonvert ko na siya in terms of kilograms. So, the delta T that you will derive here would be, ano answer dito? 50, ang answer dito is 58 degrees. That is the delta T. Okay? So, that is example number 1. So, 0.58 degrees. Okay? So, the delta T is 0.58 degrees. Ang sabi kasi niya, at what temperature would it begin to boil? So, hindi pa yan yung final answer. So, the final answer is, you add the boiling point of water plus 0.58 degrees Celsius. So, the final temp would become 100.58 degrees Celsius. So, that is T sub F. Okay, number 2. At what temperature will a sucrose solution boil if it contains 1.55 moles of sucrose in 600 ml of water? So, ganun din. Ano? So, you will have delta T is equal to KBM. Ang KB natin is given. So, we have 0.55 degrees Celsius per molality. Tapos, we have 1.55 moles of sucrose over 600 kilograms of water. Okay? So, the answer here is you have 1.32 degrees Celsius. And final temp, of course, is 100 degrees Celsius plus 1.32 degrees Celsius. So, the final temp would be 101.32 degrees Celsius. Okay? Next, number 3. What is the boiling point elevation of a solution that contains 40.5 grams glycerol? So, this time, ang tinatanong is the boiling point elevation. So, you will have delta T is equal to KBM lang. Yun nga, given na yung KB natin. So, this becomes 0.51 degrees Celsius per M. Yung molality, hindi pa natin alam. So, you have to convert this. You have to get the molar mass of this one. No? So, of this added solute. So, C, ilan ang C natin? We have 3 times 12 grams. Hydrogen, ilan ang hydrogen natin? We have 8 times 1 gram. Tapos, ang oxygen natin, we have 3 times 16 grams. I-add mo yan, you will get 92 grams. Okay? Per mole. Pero ang ginamit kasi is 40.5 grams. So, ilang moles yan? So, 40.5 grams times we have 1 mole is equal to 92 grams. So, makakancel and you will arrive at 0.44 moles. Okay? So, ito na yung isusulat natin dito. So, you will have 0.44 moles over 100 grams of water. So, we have 1.1 kilogram of water. So, makakancel so that your delta T would be 2.24 degrees Celsius. So, this is the boiling point elevation of the Okay, next. At what temperature will a solution freeze this time? If 200 grams of calcium chloride is dissolved in 850 ml of water. So, first, kunin muna natin yung ano ng calcium chloride. Kunin muna natin yung tawag doon, yung molar mass niya. Take note that calcium chloride, okay? So, meron siyang calcium, which is 1. Isa yung calcium niya times the mass of the calcium is 1 times atomic mass niya is 40.078 grams. Okay, so Cl, we have 2 times 35.45 grams. I-add mo yan, you will get 110 grams 9.9788 gram per mole. Ang ginamit kasi niya ay 200 grams. Ano? So 200 grams, get that, times 1 mole is equal to 110.978 grams. Okay, makakancel ito and you will arrive at something like 1.8 moles. Okay? Now, pag nakuha mo na yung mole, number of moles, you could get delta T. So, delta T is this time, since electrolyte to, you will use I, KFM. Ano yung value ng I na yan? So, I has a value of 2. Okay, calcium chloride is ionic, di ba? So, this one, KF is 1.86 degrees Celsius per M. So, negative kasi it would have a decrease in temperature. And we have a molality of ito, 1.8 mole per ilang ml of water. So, ang mangyayari, this becomes per 0.850 kilogram of water. Okay? So, I repeat, itong 850 ml becomes 850 grams because the density of water is 1 gram per ml. So, using your calculator, you will have negative 7.88 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, at what temperature will it freeze? Hindi pa yan yung final answer. So, the final answer, alam natin that the freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius minus 7.88 degrees Celsius. So, you will have negative 7.88 degrees Celsius. Have another example, which is example number 4. What is the freezing point of a solution that contains 610 grams of benzoic acid in 125 grams of camphor? So, again, you will use, ganun pa rin, ano? So, delta T is equal to KFM. Yun nga lang, the KF is already given here. So, 40 degrees Celsius over M. This time, what is the molality? So, hindi pa natin alam yung molality kasi first you have to get the molar mass of this one. Okay? So, what is that molar mass? So, we have, ilan ang carbon niya? You have 7 carbon times 12 grams. Ilan ang hydrogen niya? You have 6 hydrogen times 1 gram. Ilan ang oxygen niya? You have 2 oxygen times 16 grams. Pag in-add mo yan, this becomes 122 grams per mole. Ang ginamit is 610 grams. So, 610 grams times 1 mole is equal to 122 grams. So, makakancel siya. And using your calculator, you have 5 moles. Okay? So, 5 moles of it. So, 5 moles over 0.125 grams of camphor. So, we have into kilogram, convert it to kilogram. So, 1.25 kilogram. So, you will have an answer of delta T, which is negative 1,600 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, that's it on how to get the... Okay, this time, from your learning activity sheet. So, please turn to page 200. No? Turn to page 200. So, ang tanong kasi dyan, how do you get the molar mass? So, dati, we'll just simply getting the elevation or depression using this formula. Ano? KFM for the depression, KFM for the depression, and or we have delta T is equal to kBm for the boiling point elevation. Ngayon, ang tinatanong, paano naman yung molar mass? So, ito yung nangyayari sa lab, kung may lab sana tayo, ang gagawin nyo is, kunwari, magdadagdag ako ng solution dun sa tawag doon, magdadagdag ako ng solute, I should say, dun sa may solution. Tapos, titignan niyo yung boiling point niya. Now, from the boiling point elevation, i-determine niyo kung anong solution yung dinagdag ko. So, yun yung lab nyo. Pero since walang lab, we have to do that theoretically. So, how do we do that? How do we get the molar mass? How do we get the molar mass? So, there are 3 steps. First, get the molality. Okay? So, the molality could be delta T over K. Yan. Pag nakuha mo na yung molality, get the number of moles naman. So, how do we get the number of moles? The number of moles could be derived from the mass of the solvent na ginamit, okay, times the molality. Okay, molality, which is, alam naman natin, number of moles over the mass of the solvent. Okay, that is the mass of the solvent. So, ang tendency niyan, magka-cancel. So, you get already the number of moles. Now, from the number of moles, dito na, madederive na natin yung molar mass. And from the molar mass, malalaman nyo na yung material. No? So, what is the molar mass? This could be derived from getting the mass of the solute this time over the number of moles. Okay? The number of moles. So, that is the step on how to get the molar mass. Okay, so let's have this example. Number 3 from your learning activity sheet. So, when a 27.3 gram of non-volatile molecular substance is dissolved in 300 grams of water, the solution begins to freeze at negative 0.49 degrees Celsius. So, find the molar mass of the solute. Okay? So, first, get the molality. So, molality is given by delta T over Kf. So, yung delta T natin is 0.49 degrees Celsius. So, tanggalin nyo na yung negative sign. Okay? Divided by 1.86 degrees Celsius per m. So, makakancel ito and you will arrive at a molality of 0.26 mol m. Next, number of moles. How do we get the number of moles from the equation? So, you will multiply only the mass of the solvent. So, we have 300 grams yung mass ng solvent. So, you have to convert it to kilogram. 300 grams of water times you get 0.26 moles over kilogram. So, makakancel ito and you will get number of moles is equal to 0.087 moles. Now, how do we get the molar mass? So, molar mass, yan, how do we get the molar mass? You just get the number of mass of the solute. So, you get 27.3 grams of non-volatile solute divided by 0.078 moles. Okay? So, you will arrive at 350 gram per mole. Okay? So, this is consistent with the answer key in your last. Okay, so let's try example number 1, which is on page 201. Okay, 97.3 grams of a mystery compound is added to 500 grams of water, raising its boiling point to 100.78. What is the molar mass of this mystery compound? Okay, take note, delta T is the boiling point of water, di ba? Tignan niyo muna yung difference niya. Minus the boiling point of water, which is 100 degrees Celsius. So, delta T becomes 0.78 degrees Celsius. So, first, get the molality. So, we get delta T is equal to Kb. So, we get 0.78 degrees Celsius over 0.51 degrees Celsius per m. So, you will get a molality of 1.53 m. Tapos, multiply the mass of the solvent. Okay? times the molality. So, yan, over kilogram, and you will get 0.765 moles. Tapos, to get the molar mass, you divide the number of grams of the solute over the number of moles. Okay? So, the molar mass would be 127.19 gram per mole. So, this is the molar mass of the substance, the mystery compound. Okay, let's have number 2 example. Okay, so, ang boiling temp niya is 82, tapos, pag pure benzene is 80. So, kukunin muna natin yung delta T. So, 82.42 degrees Celsius minus 80.10 degrees Celsius, you will get 2.32 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, you could get the molality. So, molality becomes delta T over Kb. So, you will get 2.32 degrees Celsius over 2.53 degrees Celsius per m. So, you get 0.92 m molality. Tapos, multiply nyo yung mass ng solvent, which is 100 grams of benzene, okay, times 0.92 moles over kilogram. So, makakancel ito, you would get 0.092 moles. Okay? 0.092 moles. Okay? So, 0.092 moles of it. 0.092 moles. Then, after that, kunin nyo na yung mass ng solute. So, 5 grams over 0.092 moles, it becomes, anong value niya? 54.35 gram per mole. So, that is how we derive the molar mass. So, that is how we compute for the colligative property of materials. So, ngayon, you're on your own and you have to do your problem set. So, that's it.